Hello everybody and welcome back to Big Dan's channel. I am of course as always Big Dan, and today I'm going to be reviewing a Minecraft movie, a film that is as stupid as its name. So let's just get it out there straight off the bat. Fundamentally this is a very bad film, and if I'm going to be completely honest, I can't really say anything beating this as the worst film of the year. Famous last words, I know, but yeah, genuinely, when it comes to me annual ranking at the end of this year for cinema, I do genuinely think this will be the film that comes in dead last. I'll start off on a positive note to try getting some of the few nice things I have to say about this film out. First off, there is a Technoblade on it during this film. I'm going to keep it like relatively spoiler free, even though I know basically the entire internet's seen this film now, but even so, I'm still going to try keeping it relatively spoiler free, though there will be little bits where I go into certain stuff like I've just done there. So there is a Technoblade on it, and I can respect them for that. And when that happened, I did at least say, okay, this may be a pretty bad film, but you do at least have me respect for including that kind of aspect. And there is some fun sequences included during the film that had me sitting there like, you know what, okay, that is actually kind of decent. Whereby it's kind of, Moist Critical said the same thing when he reviewed it, that you can tell this isn't a film made by sort of big suits, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, it's still really bad, but it's not a film that's made by sort of like a big corporation, if that makes sense, or like with a corporate kind of feel to it, because they do get a lot of references right that if it was that kind of corporate feel wouldn't be included in the film, like the Technoblade thing I said. So they do at least get some respects like that fairly well done. And the acting overall, it's not particularly special. Like, you know, you never really go into the damn Minecraft movie expecting Oscar worthy performances, but it does at least give competent acting, would say. Like, no one's really in here for a paycheck, particularly from what I could feel from it. Like, even Jason Momoa, for him, as stupid as he sort of looks in the trailers and all that, he does at least kind of put effort into the role, if that makes sense. Like, it's not just done for him to get the money out of it, sort of thing. Problems, on the other hand, well, oh boy, strap in. First off, those visuals that we see in the trailer. What do I say about it? Yeah, they are pretty bad still. They look exactly the same as the trailer, and they are still really horrendous. I mean, there is the creepers that do manage to get right, but that's about it really. Like, a lot of the other stuff is pretty just stupid looking, to put it bluntly, and just doesn't really work for the film's favour, and looks really like I can tell they were trying to go for the blocky sort of feel of Minecraft, which I can sort of understand why they want to do that, but it just really doesn't work in the film's favour, and it just looks like a mess, to put it bluntly. As some of the people have said as well, this film probably would have been better if it was animated instead, because at least then it would have, you know, looked like more natural, and it wouldn't have felt like the green screen kind of feel all around a lot of those sort of live action characters' heads, sort of thing. Jack Black as well, I've got to mention this. Loads of people have said it already. As much as I love the guy, I'm going to say it, he is not Steve.
I am Steve.
I'm sorry, I played Minecraft for years as a kid. The man isn't Steve. Okay, I'm just going to get it out there. Like, again, I love the guy, but I remember someone said that it should probably been Josh Richardson playing him, or at least put a suggestion towards it. And I was like, you know what, he would have actually been fairly well cast for that role, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, he just seems like he would fit the role of Steve well if you just like put the blue shirt and everything on him. I could see him doing it relatively well. Maybe it's because of FNAF as well, so it's the kind of characters he plays is maybe a bit more sort of like phoned in, that kind of thing. On that note, though, I will say, for all this is a really bad film, I did really like the cinema experience of this. Like, it is one of the best cinema experiences I've had in a long time, with a lot of people cheering and clapping and all that. And even I got involved in it and included a few of the Moist Critical, woo, yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And as I'm saying, as much as the film was dreadful, the audience kind of experience and participation did very much carry the film. And I will mention as well, actually, another little positive I have for it. There is a post-credit scene at the end of the film. Again, you've probably seen it by now, but I'll not say who it is. That does tease a sort of follow-up film. Yeah, that did actually take quite a few people in the screen by surprise, and you could kind of tell, if you get what I mean. Like, and it was actually surprising to the entire friend group I went with when I went to watch this. So that was at least a decent insert in the film. As much as it does get certain references right, there is basics of Minecraft that it also doesn't. Like, the villain, the Ender Dragon never shows up. I'm going to say that there. Like, the entire time I was kind of thinking to myself, like, can we see the Ender Dragon? You know, it's like the fundamental part of Minecraft, and it never ends up showing up. I can't remember who ended up saying this, but I swear someone said there was some kind of Easter egg which hints that Steve may have already defeated it. I don't really know where that came from or anything like that, but even so, like, it felt like if they were going to do a different villain kind of thing, maybe leave it to a sequel, if that makes sense. As well as that, there's a character called Chungus in this, which did actually make most of my screen laugh. But how do I put this? You know the word unalive, that cringy, I hate saying this word, woke term for, you know, um, yeah, that gets used by him unironically. He literally goes in one line, I'm gonna have to unalive you and stuff now. And to put it bluntly, I wanted to unalive myself in the chair when that happened. When I was in the cinema, to be frank, as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not getting a high rating. I mean, it wasn't going to get a high rating to start with, by the way, but yeah, that was just really not a good moment for cinema history. Pacing as well is really weird within the film. Like, sometimes it goes by really quick, yet it slows down quite a bit, and it just never really seemed to want to go either slow or fast, or even like just round the middle. Like, it was very like speed forward now slow down, speed forward now slow down kind of thing, if that makes sense. And it was just really weirdly done in that respect. I mean, the memes were funny, at least, you know. Again, that could be audience participation, but I did quite like that respect to the film. I will admit, though, you've probably already heard about this by now, but there is the whole storyline with Nitwit that you see at the end of the trailers. He's the villager that gets hit by the car, and that has to be like one of the cringest storylines in this entire film. And I'm like, why was that even included? Like, that's what I'm saying. For all this wasn't really a film made by a corporation, we'll say, for money, it does also kind of have moments where it does feel like that. I don't really know how else to put it. But yeah, like, there's certain moments I'm like, oh, okay, you know what, respect for them that are doing that, and then others where I'm like, just, what are you doing? You know what I mean? As well as that, the story for a film that has a lot of source material it could have worked with, because Minecraft came out in like 2009, I want to say, so it's a game that's existed for, you know, a decade and a half, give or take. For a game that's existed for that long, they really don't they really don't use a lot of stuff. Like, the story is the most generic and safe story I think maybe ever that we've all seen before in a film. Like, you know, the old typical story in kids' films of like, oh, being a grown up sucks, it's so fun to be a kid kind of thing. It's one of them, and it gets like hammered to death, and even some of the dialogue is terrible. Like, literally, there's a scene where they're just wandering through the forest, two of them, like just killing monsters randomly and stuff like that. And then one of them literally goes to the other, like, oh, being a grown up sucks. And it's like, you had that much material to work with, and you used the most boring story possible. Like, it actually annoys us a little bit. It does genuinely annoy us a little bit, that the fact that they've took something where you could have done countless good things with it. And let's be honest, this film's going to break 1 billion. We've all seen the memes and crowd reactions and everything, for better or worse. So yeah, sorry if this seems like a low effort review, but really I don't want to talk about this film anymore. I'm getting a bit sick of hearing about it at this point, because I just kind of want to forget about it a bit. Like, as much as it was funny and funny bad, it still wasn't a great film overall. So for all the reasons I've mentioned, my final verdict for the Minecraft movie is a 3 out of 10. Yeah, what can I say? For a film that had so much potential, as I mentioned, there is a lot of misfires in this. There is some good steps, as I said, like the Technoblade mention, and certain references it gets right, like the Nether.
The Nether.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But yeah, if all it does get certain references right, there's also a lot of times where it just doesn't do well. And for all you can sort of argue this is a film made with care, at the same time, it does play way too much safe here, and the visuals. I remember someone saying it's kind of like the Sonic movie all over again, if you remember that travesty from 2019, which I definitely do. Yeah, to put it bluntly, the visuals here are not good, and there's really a lot of places where this doesn't fire well. And if I'm going to be honest, the highest rating I can see someone giving this is like an actual film. Like, yeah, you don't go in this obviously expecting some Oscar-worthy kind of film, which I didn't. Like, I tried having fun with it, but I still didn't manage to. And if I'm going to be completely honest, the highest rating I can see someone potentially giving this would be like a 5 out of 10 or maybe a 6 if you're being generous. But anything above that, I just would kind of discard a little bit, to be honest. I mean, if someone does like it more than that, I would ask them how. But like, I am glad. It's just I really don't see how you could give it any higher than at absolute most a 6 out of 10 for some of the references it gets well. And if you just are a child, to put it bluntly, if I was to say the Minecraft movie, if I was to say you should go and see it at the cinema, unless you're going for the memes, I am going to say no. I would say if you are going to watch it at all and bother doing it for whatever reason, definitely wait till it goes onto streaming or physical release, and wait until it's relatively cheap, if I'm going to be completely honest. This is really not a good film and it's probably the worst of the year. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about a Minecraft movie. It really does suck. Sorry if this has been a bit of a morbid review, but I just can't be bothered with this film anymore. I'm sick of hearing about it, and yeah, as much as I liked it at first, the memes are getting a little bit tired now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, if you like the video, please press like, subscribe if you enjoyed this video or you want to see me other content, because I'm moving a bit more away from reviews now. There will be a video done on that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been Big Dan, and I am out. Peace.